believe we are back. Apologies for that. We've been experiencing some technical difficulties here all night long. Zach, let's explain the bounty here once again. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Need you to repeat that one more time. Go now.
No, you're all good. All right, so $70 on the line tonight. We got sick of seeing Ross Corinna dominate, so we'd put a bounty on the line. Somebody trying to go after his head here, and well, that didn't work. So we thought of what if we let Ross start from the back of the feature and get a chance to win his own bounty. So that's what we're going to do. We're paying it out no matter what tonight. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to walk away $70 richer. So hold on to your hat. It's going to get pretty exciting tonight.
Time for heat race number 1, which is brought to you by our friends at Flatline Racing Bodies. Here's how the starting lineup looks. On the pole position, Trent Verstraeten in the 88. Next to him, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row number 2, the boss, the bounty man. Ross Corinna next to him is J.J. Odell in the 26. Final row, the mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75. And the bass man, Roger Craig in the 747. Brandon Dittmer says it's like trying to catch Corinna on any given night. It's impossible to catch them. Happy with a 6th. Oh, that was from the Open 358 race.
You know, we've seen Dittmer be so close all year. Now that the money's finally on the line, can Dittmer get it done? This heat race is so important. Winner's going to start on P1 for the feature.
I believe the car count, we only have 2 heats tonight, if not 3.
Yeah, looks like 2 heats tonight.
Green flag.
Winner
green
on
flag.
pole. We're going green now. Side by side off 3 wide. Look out for Verstraeten in the wall. Contact with Corinna. Somehow the 088 keeps it straight. Off for turn number 4, though, it's Brandon Dittmer who leads lap number 1. But Corinna right on his tail looking for the lead. Dittmer gets up with a fluff. He saves it.
Yeah, and you know, you got to remember right now, if you're racing around Ross, this is all for naught. He's taking that feature EOL if he wants to win some money. So be smart if you're around Ross. You're going to move up that row anyways. Got to race it with your head.
And Dittmer just needs to play it safe for right now. Even if he finishes second and Corinna finishes first, he's on pole for the feature regardless because the inside row would move up 1. Third Verstraeten, 4th Odell, 5th Craig, 6th Bixler, but the boss is the quickest driver on the track at a 16:30.
Yeah, no surprise there. I mean, he knows he's going to start in the back of the feature. He's running that thing as hard as he can on that lift. It's a test session for him.
Oh, Dittmer lost the wing. Corinna up in the wall. How much speed will Dittmer lose from that? To go in the heat.
Seems like Dittmer and Ross are handling okay, but boy,
Verstraeten up on his leg.
Oh, he slid that whole backstretch on the lid, Marty.
How that car did not flip, I don't know, but it's still Dittmer out in front, and now Corinna up in the wall. At this rate, Ross could care less as long as he doesn't wreck anyone. Final lap, though, underway. Corinna wants to show that he's the favorite to win this feature tonight.
Exactly right, but that kiss on the backstretch wall ain't going to help him. As the 83 is going to get a big run out of 4, and he's going to start tonight's feature on the front row, Marty.
Kynes on pole tonight. Brandon Dittmer wins heat 1. Corinna 2nd, J.J. Odell 3rd, Roger Craig 4th, Steve Bixler 5th, Trent Verstraeten 6th. Now moving on to heat race number 2, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. Tyler Flynn on pole position, the 831. Next to him, Bryce Odell in the 62. Row number 2, it's Steven Stewart. He's in the 29. And the Outlaw Preston Cranmer in the 07. Rounding out the field, Tally Ulibarri in the 19. Zach, you mentioned it as before we hopped on the air for the Rebels. Everyone's a Preston Cranmer fan tonight.
Yeah, he's driving with a heavy heart. You know, Bob was, as much as Bob meant to me, Bob meant a million times more to Preston. They were teammates on and off the track, always talking, and Bob giving advice to him whenever they can. And, you know, Preston lost an older brother Saturday, that's for sure. But, you know, we kind of, with the broadcast issues, we didn't get to talk about qualifying. I went down and talked to Preston, you know, wished him the best of luck, and he said, I'm not sure what I have tonight, but, man, I appreciate it. Well, he qualified P2, so he's ready to go, Marty.
We'll see what he has, though, that's for sure. So we're ready for the green.
Green flag, green flag.
Good jump from Flynn, but Odell keeps his foot on the throttle and takes the lead. Stewart and Cranmer racing for third. Now Stewart wants a run downstairs. Can't get it though. Cranmer's got third at the line. Last one led by Bryce Odell.
Yeah, Stewart's not going away though. Big run on the bottom of 1 and 2, but Preston with a bigger run coming out of 4. He's going to be able to do it. Thinking about a slider. Yeah, he's going to seal the deal. Stewart's going to take over P3.
And now Cranmer back downstairs. Can he get it? No, not yet. But now we start to watch the race lead. Tyler Flynn closing in on Bryce Odell on board the 831. Cranmer kisses the wall off the 2. Everyone all pretty much bunched out here at the moment. Not sure what else we will see. It's going to take a mistake for somebody to pass another driver here, I would guess, Zach.
No, you're exactly right. It seems like they slotted into where they should be. Tyler Flynn, he's got a quick car, but it's just he hasn't been consistent enough to really pull up to the back of that 62. But he is slowly reeling him in here.
3 laps to go. Flynn could have a chance here. Last time by, cut the gap down to 10. There's 2 more chances at it.
Preston also starting to think about going back for P3 here. He was all up on the back of Steven Stewart, but Steven is just so quick in the middle of 1 and 2.
Final lap underway in heat race number 2 for Bryce Odell. We put him outside of the front row for our feature this evening. Steven Stewart closes it, and Cranmer has run out of fuel. Preston Cranmer out of fuel. Meanwhile, the race for the win off of turn 4. Bryce Odell takes the win. Second, Tyler Flynn. Steven Stewart third. Tally Ulibarri fourth. Preston Cranmer fifth.
Yeah, tough break for Preston, but I'll tell you what, if you're going to run out of fuel, you'd rather do it in the heat than the feature. So live and you learn.
So we're just about ready to go here for warm-ups. We'll step aside and take a break. It's Oshweekend Speedway warm-ups. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups are continuing here at Port Royal, and the quickest driver is Bryce O'Dell at a 16.872. But again, all the eyes are on Ross Corinna. Can somebody beat him? Starting from, keep in mind he is starting from the back to help in the odds for the drivers here. It's like using a handicap in a feature.
Yeah, you know, before anybody says we're too mean, remember, this was Ross's idea. So Ross, he volunteered to start from the back to get a shot at this money here. So it's going to be an interesting show tonight, that's for sure. It's going to need a lot to go his way to get through all those cars clean.
Gonna have to see who can take the money here tonight. Will it be $70 to Ross Corinna or $70 to the field? We're gonna find out in just a moment. Let's meet the field and give you your RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole for tonight's feature event, it's Brandon Dittmer, the Spider Monkey, in the 83. Next to him, Bryce O'Dell in the 62. Row number 2, Ross the Boss Corinna in the 10. Next to Tyler Flynn in the 831. Row number 3, J.J. O'Dell in the 26. Next to Steven Stewart in the 29. Row 4, the Bass Man, Roger Craig in the 747. And Tally Ulabari in the 19. Rest of the field looks like this. Steven Bixler, Preston Kramer, and Trent Verstraeten. But of course, O'Dell, JJ will start 3rd, Roger will start 5th, 7th, Steve Bixler, 9th, Trent Verstraeten, and Ross Corinna starting from the back. Pick to win. Who do you got here tonight, Zach Chapman?
Ross is going to do it. Ross is going to take the bounty tonight, Marty. He's ready.
I don't think it's going to be Ross Corinna. I don't think it's going to be Brandon Dittmer. Bryce O'Dell gets his first win in the Rebels.
That'd be a good story. What a time to pull off your first victory when the pressure's really on.
That it is. Let us know your pick to win in the chat. We got 15 people watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Only one message. Nobody wants to talk with me tonight. What the heck? Except you, Zach, obviously.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody out there watching, I see there's a bunch of people watching. So go ahead, let us know you're rooting for. You got to tell us now before the feature starts, or it don't count.
Time for the Lucy Olsen start. 30 laps to go around Port Royal Speedway. Set to go. Green flag racing. $70 on the line to the winner.
Green.
Let's go. Good jump by Brandon Dittmer off of turn number 2. Bryce O'Dell wants the race lead. Dittmer slides up in front of the 62. A little 2 seconds. Look out, what a wheelie from Tyler Flynn. 2 wheelies. That's a wheelie that Dino would be proud of.
And Steven Stewart's going to be able to take over P3 for him. Hopefully Tyler Flynn doesn't see that red mist. He's got to stay cool. There's a long way to go.
May lose another spot here to Bryce O'Dell, possibly. Headed back out of it for just a little bit. Here comes the boss, Ross Corinna. He's already up to 6th. And we're not even 2 laps in it. We're not even 5 laps in this. Oh, big crash for Tyler Flynn. Upside down across the line. First caution flag flies here in this feature. That was a big hit he took.
Case of him floating up is Stewart's coming down. Can't really put that on either guy. They're just going for the same real estate, and that's going to happen.
Thank goodness at least that these cars are center steer and not on the left side.
But Brandon Dittmer, I'll tell you what. There's no way he didn't look at that standing sheet to see where Ross Corinna was, and man, he's got to be getting nervous. That gives him a chance to bunch back up here, but he's going to get the restart wherever he wants and hopefully get that big jump. He's just got to run his own race here.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do. So Corinna now in the 5th position. Now, let's explain the rules for the drivers here that are not Ross Corinna. If they want to win the bounty, they have to make sure that Corinna finishes in the top 5. You cannot wreck Corinna to win. And also, I'm going to add another rule because it's the final night. If you're Ross Corinna, you cannot sandbag one bet. You have to go 100%.
Yeah, and you know, if we've also got to add, I mean, if Ross is up there in the top 5 at the end and he throws a move for the win and fences it, I mean, we're almost going to have to give it to the guy who takes it.
Here we go for the restart with 4 laps in the books. Dittmer and Bryce O'Dell the front row. Dittmer fires back to green.
Green, green, green.
Tough restart on the outside for Bryce as Ross Corinna is going to go from 5th up to 3rd already in turns 1 and 2.
Steven Stewart in the 2nd spot, up 4 spots as well. Corinna downstairs, nearly clips the wall. Can he get 2nd? He may fall down to 4th here. I think he just edged out Bryce O'Dell for 3rd.
He's running that Lance DeWeese line here at Port Royal. Lance can hook it up on the bottom, man, and you don't see it that often here in iRacing. You see guys rip that lip, but man, Ross is making a charge on the bottom.
They have a car set up specifically for the low line. You know, everyone loves to run the cushion here at Port Royal, but if you have a setup set for that bottom, like, you know, something like Brendan Lacey would approve of, go for it. But still, BD ripping the left in the corner. Remember, tire saving is a key here because of how long Port Royal Speedway is. And this may be something that maybe Corinna and Steven Stewart are doing too.
Yeah, you know, but if you're saving the tires, you got to hope for a caution to catch back up. Dittmer's really opened up the can, man. He's got over almost a 2.5 second lead on these guys. So you've got to go at some point.
In fact, he's the only driver that has hit a 16-second lap. Last time by, a 16:98. We're gonna all over the back of Steven Stewart. Nice defense for the 29. This is one of Stewart's better showings that we've seen this season.
Yeah, this is something if you're Ross Corinna, you know, you don't want it all. You don't want the guy in 2nd place playing defense. You want to go win this $70 here. You know you've got a quick car, and he's moving up to the lip now, Marty. He's done saving tires.
Big run on Stewart for the 2nd spot. Stewart gives him the lane and the line. Way too close to call for the runner-up position.
It's not going to be too close to call this time. Big run for Ross, but man, he's got 3 seconds to eat up on Brandon Dittmer here.
Let's take a look at the 5-lap average. You can clearly see Dittmer is the much better car than Ross Corinna. A straightaway lengths lead. If Dittmer gets a long run, he may take home $70. However, though, if we get a caution flag, it'll change the complete complexion of this story. Gap is down to 2.4 seconds already for Ross Corinna. He cut down 2/10 last time by Zach.
you got to wonder, I mean, how this guy's wired. He's just built different, Marty. When the pressure's on, it's go time for Ross. And, I mean, he knows what he wants. He wants $70.
He cut down another 0.2 of a second last time by. Corinna's better in the last 3 laps. As we're halfway home, how about this time? Nearly 0.3 cut down that time.
And, you know, at this pace, Marty, he is going to run him down, but he's not going to have a bunch of time to get it done, so he's going to have to be efficient. He can't have any hiccups.
And you can see in clean air, he is clearly the better race car than Brandon Dittmer is. That time by, though, Corinna lost about 1.5 tenths or so.
Yeah, Brandon Dittmer, he's no slouch. I mean, we've seen the Spider Monkey rightfully probably should have won a couple of these races, especially at Williams Grove, but cost himself the win. I mean, he's his biggest enemy right now. He's just got to be smooth.
You saw it was a straightaway earlier on. It's now half a straightaway as BD now starts to work lap traffic. Other racing on the track. Oh, trouble, Tyler Flynn. Caution waves. He was trying to put it on the pit road, trying to get it towed as soon as possible. That is not the yellow you want if you're Brandon Dittmer. I think he was out of fuel. Let's rewind and listen on board with Tyler. It sounded like yeah, that car was surging.
Yeah, I think he wasn't too sure what was going on out of 1 and 2 in time to be able to make the pit exit or the pit entrance there on the backstretch, and just probably didn't have enough to get it back around. It's a tough break. He tried to get to the inside. He definitely didn't want a caution there. That's a tough deal.
Now, Mr. Chapman, the race is beginning. Jack Hitt's taking Dittmer, but Patrick Spangler says that caution will kill Dittmer. Dino now says if Roger wins or even Trent Verstraeten, that's like $213 in Canadian currency.
That's low. That was a good one, Dean. I always pick on Connor about that. I tell him I could go up there with $20. I could be a millionaire with it.
Lights are off. 11 laps to determine who wins this one.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Brandon Dittmer, I'm searching Discord and I'm trying to find Steven Stewart, and I'm going to say, hey man, I'm going to count this down for you. I really need you to get up to P2. So I don't know if you're listening, Brandon, but that's what I'd try.
Jack Hitt's sticking with Dittmer. This is going to be probably the biggest 11 laps of the season right here, right now. Dittmer fires, we're back to green. Stewart does not get a good launch. Oh, Dittmer though caught the wall. But he pulls away, and now Bryce Odell tries to attack Corinna for second. That's just what Dittmer wants to see in the rear view.
Yeah, and Bryce with a big run out of turn 4. He's not going away. He's staying right there with Ross.
Everyone's staying on the cushion. It's going to take a slide job if you want to go down low.
Oh, Dittmer in the wall!
Here comes Corinna for the lead, though. Slide job by the boss. And he goes to the point. And now Dittmer goes down to third. Dittmer's in trouble. The Spider Monkey's in trouble right now.
Yeah, that car can't be handling right.
It's
he
not
got a little
handling.
hard coming out of 4.
He just got split by both Roger Craig and Steven Stewart. Yeah, Dittmer's done. Dittmer is done. a heartbreak ending to the night for the Spider Monkey. Toe link is broken, and 7 laps to go for Ross Carino. But it's not over just yet. Bryce O'Dell has got a chance at money, and Roger Craig has a chance at a podium. I did not think I'd ever be saying that.
Yeah, Roger's been smooth, but Steven Stewart, man, he's not going away. He's looking to the outside of the Bass man.
And Bryce O'Dell has closed the gap to a car like the turn number 3. 5 laps to go for $70.
Bryce O'Dell is just so close to the wall in 3 and 4, and the car looks so smooth.
Oh,
No, commentator Krause.
caught the wall, didn't lose too much time though. Gap at 0.4 of a second. Bryce, I think, can regain it, but he doesn't have a lot of time to regain it. No mistakes. He needs to have 4 perfect laps if he wants a chance at the bounty.
Yeah, he's got a picture. He's out there at Indy 500 qualifying, but oh, he just kisses the wall, and I just don't know if he's going to have enough time here coming out of turn 4. We're only going to have 3 to go.
Gonna need a caution flag most likely.
All right, man.
There it is!
Oh my gosh!
Steve Bixler with the crash, and Bryce O'Dell has found himself back in it. Here's a replay. Racing with Talon Ulibarri and Preston Cranmer. Ooh, Preston just got the back of the mayor. That is a grinding crash on the safer barrier, on the guardrail. So we're going to come back to green here. Bryce O'Dell's got a shot at this money.
Yes, he does. I mean, you know, he kept reeling Ross the boss in, but he'd have a little hiccup every now and then. But this caution, I mean, you said it. He needed one. Thou ask, thou shalt receive. He got it. And, I mean, it's right there for him. Can he take it?
He needs to time this restart with Ross Carino perfectly. Now, if you're Carino, do you fire early? Do you fire late? Where do you fire?
I've always been one of those guys with a couple laps to go. You know, the whole time you've been firing pretty early, pretty consistent. I let it go to the straightaway. I try to get that guy to jump behind me. I'm paying attention to that mirror. And as soon as I see him hit the throttle, I go about half a second after it because he's going to have to brake check so he doesn't rear end me. And that's when you walk away. I think you just got to be real patient and do a slow start here. Really control it.
Alrighty. A 3-lap shootout to see who takes home $70. Is Ross Carino going to take the money and run? Or is Bryce O'Dell cashing in at the bank tomorrow morning? Later launch from Carino, but I think for O'Dell was good trouble behind the Bixler. Has spun out, but because he's in the back, no yellow, we stay green. Steven Stewart challenging Bryce O'Dell for second. Not what the 62 wants.
No, and Ross, I mean, he made me look like a genius there. He did exactly what I said. 62 jumped, he made him hit the brakes, and then he went 4-car gap and made them battle for second. Goodbye. Ross is taking the money, Marty.
Bryce O'Dell at this point hanging on and hoping that Ross Carino makes a mistake. Final lap underway for the Phantom Motorsports. Number 10. We've called him the boss all season. He's meant it. Every race he has entered, he has won. Through 3 and 4, take the money and run. Ross Carino steals $70, cash it at the bank. Bryce O'Dell, Steven Stewart, Roger Craig, J.J. O'Dell, all eligible for Renegades.
I mean, he's the greatest.
He's the greatest rebel to do it.
Yep.
greatest single season we have seen by a Rebel. Without question.
I think he forgot about victory lane. He's probably going to pull her around one more
lap to go there. So only 10 drivers here in this feature tonight, and 6 of them finishing on the lead lap. Biggest mover is Steven Stewart from 6th to 3rd. Oh, Ross forgot to go on the scales. He just passed the scales. Does that mean we DQ him from the win? So we'll bring your top 3 on in here in a moment. And a reminder, coming up next, we've got our Renegades portion. I think all we just need is Steven Stewart to come in and talk with us. And then we will be good to go here. And we've got him. So we'll let Zach kick off the interview portion here. And we'll talk with Steven Stewart, who finishes 3rd.
Hey, Steven, Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, you know, it got exciting at those final 3 laps, that 3-lap shootout. Did you think you had a chance at $70 here tonight?
I thought I had a chance at it early on, and I had Taylor with me tonight helping out, and we were working hard at it. And honestly, I thought I had a shot at it whenever I saw that he was taking the EOL, like a better shot. I've went into every race this season thinking that I could beat Ross, including this weekend. I really did think I could beat him. It kind of hurt me that he went for the back row challenge, but it is what it is. But as he got closer, I think that first caution, Talon told me that he was in 5th and passing people on the bottom. So I kind of buckled down, and when he got by me, Taylor told me to suck in behind him and just stay patient. And once I saw Brandon hit the wall, I kind of forgot about the bounty, just started chasing the championship.
Yeah, you know, that's the smart thing. Sometimes you got a big picture race, and you got to take advantage of people's mistakes. And, you know, you were able to do that tonight and secure a good podium. So congratulations on the 3rd place, Steven. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, as always, Taylor Wineland with 25 Enterprise. He's been doing great things for me. Like I said, he come in tonight, he set the car up for me on the fly through each session, just really made it possible for me to run it hard. Sucks I didn't get a better showing for him, but it is what it is. House of Speed, Dylan Hauser, the boys with Hooked Up Speed Labs, Lachlan Barbary, Talon, Jake, all the boys in the Discord that I'm usually running around with, you guys in the booth putting on a great broadcast, the series promoters, Roger, Bill, all those guys for putting on a great series, and Ross and Bryce tonight for being great competition. Bryce was on a hell of a tear.
Yeah, you know, don't hang your head on that 3rd place finish, man. These 2 that finished in front of you, they're fast guys. So congratulations, Steven. And, man, we're looking forward to interviewing you a couple more times this season, my man.
Oh, yeah, I look forward to it. Thanks, boys.
So Steven Stewart finishing 3rd here tonight. Let's go to our 2nd place finisher here in Bryce Odell. Bryce, that's going to be tough. You saw the money. It was just about in your possession. What more did you need for Ross tonight?
Honestly, I think just a couple more laps. That caution was a little untimely. I think I was just a little bit better than him, but it was going to take a special move to kind of clear him and hold him off, and maybe just a couple more laps there.
What do you take away from this run? Obviously, it's your best finish of the season.
Yeah, I think good to be on the podium for the first time this year. I've had a few good runs, and I think just a lot of dumb luck so far this year. You know, getting caught up in some stuff and not qualifying the best. So putting myself in a better position in the heat races to start up front, and the results kind of speak for themselves. When you start up front, it makes it a little a little easier, and hopefully we can build upon that and finish the season strong.
Who do you want to give shout outs to on this run?
Yeah, FIFO Racing, Playseat by FFIE, and then my brother JJ for just kind of helping me out and tuning up the car. And then obviously you guys for the broadcast and Coast to Coast for giving us the platform to race on.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck next week.
Yep, I appreciate you guys.
Well, now we go to the man of the hour. Probably the greatest rebel we've ever seen. Zach, Ross Corinna's done it.
Man, Ross, Shaggy up here. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, dude, you were able to get it done. You know, you initiated the challenge. You said, hey, guys, if I get to start from the back, do I get a chance to go for this money? And we told you, hell yeah. And, man, you made it a good show. Did you set that car up to run on the bottom in the beginning, or did you just kind of do what you have to do?
No, I didn't set it up any different. I just kind of figured everybody, in the heat race, everybody was on the top, so I figured everybody was going to be up there and thought maybe if I could get a couple cars on the bottom and then slide up, it would help me out. And luckily, I guessed right on that. And there was a couple guys that were running the middle to bottom too, but luckily they kind of held their line and I was able to weave through them there at that turn one and, first lap and second lap. So, yeah, it's a good run. I kind of feel bad for Dittmer that, obviously that yellow with 11 to go or whatever it was. I don't even know if it was that late or not, but he was pretty much checked out there. If I didn't get that, I don't think I would have caught him unless he made a mistake. But luckily for me, the yellow came out, and then unfortunately for him, he made a mistake.
Yeah, you're a damn good interview at interviewing yourself. That was my question to you, Ross. Did you think you had a chance to run him down? But you said you probably didn't, and if he's listening, that's going to make it sting that much worse. But dude, you were able to keep your head down and go steal one. The caution helped you, and you put the pressure on him, and he got himself in the wall. Were you sweating there at the end with Bryce O'Dell coming on you, or did you think you had it locked up?
No, well, actually, obviously, we're running with mirrors, so I feel like coming out of 3 and 4, he was gaining on me for a while there before that last yellow came out, and I was in the Discord with the Vanderbilt guys, and I just asked, I said, is he entering higher than I am, or is he just maybe driving it a little harder? And Jesse said, it looks like he's running the same line, so I don't know if maybe he could just run a little better than I could on the top, but I didn't want to push it too much. Figured the track was kind of to that state where it was either going to be me making a mistake or, he was going to have to throw one heck of a prayer and hope it sticks. But luckily, like I said, I was just able to keep the car clean and not make any mistakes.
No, man, you look good tonight, and he was about half a lane higher than you in 3 and 4, but, you were up front. You didn't need to risk it like he did. He was trying to run you down, and you did the smart thing, stayed smooth, and won the race, man. You're going to have to send me and Marty your PayPal. Congratulations, brother. Who you want to thank on the win tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if so I was kind of surprised I was even able to come anymore. My kid's starting go-karting, and they race Monday nights. Last night we got a little bit of rain on the track, so they canceled it tonight. So fortunately for me, unfortunately for you guys, I was able to show up tonight. Obviously, Phantom Motorsports guys, Vanderbilt guys, Velocity Race Design, Power Outdoors, Weichel Sportswear for the sim stuff, and then had a new paint tonight, kind of slapped on some of the real-life go-karting sponsors on the car, so get them some airtime, and then obviously you guys up in the booth for putting on the show, and everybody at Coast to Coast making this league work.
Well, congratulations, Ross, and Little Corinna, if you're out there, man, good luck in go-karting. Everyone here at Coast to Coast, man, we're rooting you on, and hopefully we get to see you at F1 someday.
Yeah, how about we just start with a 410 sprint car at some point? That'd be kind of fun.
There you go. Ross Corinna gets it done here in the Rebels. We're going to break. When we come back, Renegades Action on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a
Bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight when we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
ready for Renegades action here at Port Royal. And the Renegades are brought to you by our friends at Friends at Dillon Westbrook Racing. Bryce Calla with you alongside Zach Chapman. Zach, we get set to go for Renegades action. 16 drivers with us. Story going on in with the Renegades battle. Patrick Spangler and Blake Chapman still continuing to battle for the championship. Right now, as we pull up this gap here in just a moment for the points. But right now, Blake Chapman is 2 races away from taking the championship. It's 637 to 590. So
Yeah, and
about
as
47
if
points.
As if he didn't have enough to race for. You know, he was teammates with Bob Light. Man, he's got everything to race for now. He's going to be a tough guy to take that championship from.
First driver we're going to watch, let's watch Devo, Donovan Ross in car number 5. And 2 minutes of qualifying, all drivers have. Sets the bar at a 16:32. Jesse Bandy now the quickest, 16:06.
Yeah, Jesse knocked that bar on the ground and built a new one.
Who's going to hit a 15-second lap, though? Blake Chapman will, 15.96. Jack hit second on lap 2 at a 16 even.
You got to be careful what you say tonight, Marty. You're speaking things into existence here.
I know, right? How about J.J. Odell in fourth at a 16.10? John Short third on lap 2 at a 16.03. Bryce Odell fifth on lap 1, 16.09.
Yeah, and those Odells, man, they proved in that B race that they're going to have speed when this track starts to slip off, so you can't count those two out.
A couple more drivers taking some time here. Here comes Brad Waite to the checkers. Better lap, 16.03 to fourth. Here comes Steven Goldner across the line. And off, 10th quick, 16.11. Terry Landis just came across the stripe in time. And so it's Blake Chapman that is the quickest. And so 2 heat races, he'll start fourth, which puts Ross Carina on the pole for heat race number 1. Next to him, it is Jesse Bandy. Row number 2, it's John Short next to the salesman, Blake Chapman. Row number 3, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Next to the 30 car of Steven Goldner. And row number 4, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis. And the 5 of Devo, Donovan Ross. Heat race number 1, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies.
I'll tell you what, Marty, thank God I keep my big mouth shut because I am a gambling man, and I almost told Ross, does he want to go double or nothing to win this A? And I would have never guessed that he would have drew the pole for heat number 1. So I'm so glad I kept my mouth quiet. He might do the double tonight.
Speaking of the double, in real-life action coming up this weekend, Dirt World will be watching Young Money, that's for sure.
Marty, I saw your Facebook post, and my wife's never heard me yell that loud. I've never watched Indy qualifying before either. I'm the first person to admit that. But oh my gosh, when Larson put that thing on the pole those 2 times, you know, I know it got taken away. But what an exciting feeling. I mean, you just got to feel like all of us guys that love sprint car racing, I mean, he's doing it for all of us. He's showing that, I mean, it takes a man to wheel one of these 410s around a dirt track. And if you can do that, Marty, you can do anything.
Kyle freaking Larson. That's what I said after he got on pole. Provisionally. Of course, more racing outside of that on the dirt side of things. We got Super Dirt Car Series at Weed Sports, same with CRSA next weekend. If you have not seen the video I posted earlier today of the face cam from our finish at Land of Legends, definitely recommend checking that one out. All right, 2 heats. Winner on pole for tonight's 35-lap feature. The boss and the Bandy Boat Master set to bring us the green for heat number 1.
Green flag, green flag.
Nice jump by Carina, 3 wide position. Carina may send it in with a slide job. Nope, holds his lane. Jesse Bandy to lead the opening lap. Here come though, Blake Chapman and Steven Goldner, Zach.
Yeah, Steven Goldner from 6th to 4th in 1 turn, then took over 3rd. He is a rocket ship up around that outside, so smooth. Reminds me of Bryce Odell in the feature. He is quick, but so is Blake Chapman here. He's sniffing for the lead.
So that top spot on Jesse Bandy. Bandy catches the wall. Chapman decides to duck down low on board the salesman. Keeps it up on the cushion, decides to run the fluff. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, 2 men over the fence. Oh, Goldner hard in the inside of the wall going into turn 3 and just shot up the track. Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes.
Wow, that was wild.
I thought we had the craziest crashes at Fallujah. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you say iRacing not top 10?
Oh my God, that was so brutal.
Let's get back to the race for the lead here with 3 laps to go. Chapman underneath looking for the pole position. Bandy lets him have it.
Yeah, and then right when we were talking, Marty, John Short did the same thing going into turn 3 and ended up taking out him and Patrick Spangler. Oh my God!
We're going to have to watch all these in just a moment. The most important question I have is Jesus, the push truck dog, is he okay? Is the Corgi okay?
Marty, we're coming to the white flag, and Blake's thinking about a slider. We're not done yet. Hold on to your seat.
The salesman to the point in turn 2. Bandy counters. Bandy has the sleight of hand advantage. Unless Chapman can counter back in turn 4. Big burst of steam off the corner, but Bandy shuts it. What a race to start things off for the Renegades.
Oh my God, that was the wildest heat race I have ever seen in my life. That was incredible.
So it was Blake and Steven. Steven catches the inside wall and goes flying. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see Jesus. He's still up. There's the push truck Corgi right there. He's still okay. And he said it was Patrick Spangler then next.
Yeah, and I see Patrick Spangler wrote in the chat. He said we're running out of ambulance drivers.
Oh,
So they're
Short did the
they're in
exact
trouble.
same thing. They actually both neck coded out of the ballpark, I believe. Yeah, they did.
Oh my gosh, man, Port Royal. This is wild. It seems like
wanna
it's Friday the 13th.
I want to see Spangler here. He never even hit a damn thing.
No,
And he
it
got
just made
forced
him
to the
disappear.
fence.
It did that on my screen too. I thought it was maybe just mine. It just predictive code. It made him disappear. He vanished.
Want to see a magic trick? Ta-da! It's okay. The Jesus is still okay. That's the most important.
Green, green, green.
He just likes to watch.
Now the
the crowd.
Odells are taking the green flag here for heat number 2.
Off to the corner. Bryce has the lead on JJ. Look out, John Hines. Slideways off for 2. Saves it. Right away trying to become a factor into this. He challenges the 26 for second, but Bryce got sideways. Brad's got a chance to lead. Look at Gentleman Jack. Then thread the needle.
Oh, my 4th to 1st. In the backstretch. Oh my gosh. What are we watching tonight?
Let's go. Jack heads out in front. 2 laps of the books. And he shut the door on Bryce O'Dell. Gentleman Jack hit is showing how you lead a race. Top 6 drivers all nose to tail with the exception of Kurt Schatzer. John Heindel lost the top wing. And now J.J. O'Dell caps the wall once again.
Yeah, and that opened the door for Brad Wade, but Brad Wade kept it on the bottom and just let JJ go right back around the outside.
Schatzer and Bryce for the second spot. Schatzer trying to diamond off in turn 4. Almost hit the 62. Sends it deep, almost got him again.
Yeah, now he's getting to the point where he's really compromising his exit with having to lift, and now JJ, he's going to get a big run here for P3 coming out of 4.
You can see the sparks fly, and JJ goes through to third, and he springs the wall again with 2 to go.
Yeah, and you heard Bryce in his interview, he thanked JJ for helping him set up the car, so JJ's the mind behind that setup. Can he get a run on his brother here for P2?
Final lap, though, underway. Gentleman Jack hit. Went from 4th to 1st in a span of over a half mile. That's going to put him on the outside of the front row. Hit. Starts from second. For second, it's JJ over Bryce. Schatzer in a photo finish over Wade for 4th.
Man, way to come out and put your foot down. What a run for Jack Hitt.
So now we move on to heat race number 3, brought to you by, that was heat 2, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. Final heat race of the night, brought to you by Glen Ridge Motorsports Park. And here is the starting lineup.
No, we're going warm-ups,
Oh,
Marty.
we're going to
We only had
warm-ups,
2.
That's right.
Yeah, we're
We
going
only had 2,
warm-ups.
correct. So, alrighty, warm-up time. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continuing here at the moment. All right, quickest guy on track is right now. Gentleman is Patrick Spangler, correction, 16:36. Jack Hit at the moment is 5th at a 16:66. Hey folks, just a reminder, next week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, part of Championship Night. And we head back to Volusia Speedway Park, which puts on some of the greatest racing you'll ever see on Monday nights. Time for our 35-lap feature. Here's a look at the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole position, Jesse Bandy in the 49. Next to him, Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217. Row number 2, the salesman Blake Chapman in the 20 and J.J. Odell in the 26. Row number 3, Devo Donovan Ross in the 05 and Bryce Odell in the 62. Row number 4, the Desert Demon Terry Landis in the 161 and Superman Kurt Chatzer in the 218. Rounding out the top 10, John Short, Shorty in the 51 and Brad Waite in the 814. Row number 6, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39, and the Professor, John Hine in the 71. Row number 7, Stephen Goldner in car number 30, and the Brood to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Rounding out the grid, the boss, Ross Corinna in the 10, and Bobby Good in the number 7. Time for picks on who is going to win tonight. Zach, who are you going to go with?
It's popcorn time, Marty. I haven't picked one right tonight, but Blake's going to take this thing home.
I am going to go, you know what? Port Royal has been known for upsets in the past. Terry Landis did a couple seasons ago. Gentleman Jack Hitt gets his first ever Renegades win.
He showed in the heats. He's definitely got the speed, so that's going to be interesting. And you know, Jesse Bandy, he hasn't exactly had a favorable season either, so going to have to see if maybe he can turn it around.
Remember as well, Jack Hitt starts on the preferred line and a start where everyone goes on green. Field
No, I wish it
making-
gave
go
us
ahead.
the option as commentators that we could have the fans turn on their cell phone lights, like high limit. That would be a neat feature here for the parade lap.
I wish we could play Whiskey Myers too.
Oh man,
But
you're not kidding.
YouTube. I need to get one of those licenses to do that. So. But anyway, field set to go green, ready for the Lucy Olsen start. As we say, it's time to wing it and bring it. Because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? We're at the Speed Palace. The Bandybill Master and the gentleman
Green, green, green.
bring us to green. It's time to get it on. Bandy with the slider to go to the early point. And Chapman making away with the second spot in the third corner. Blake Chapman trying to do it for Bob Light tonight. Wants to put off the slide job. Nice bite off the turn 4. But it's Bandy that was left with the Zach. Bandy, though, catches the wall.
Yeah, they're how they finished heat race number 1, but boy, Bandy didn't let that wall bother him at all. Big run, caution out, Bryce O'Dell.
Kurt Schatzer, Bob D. Good. I think it's just those 3 involved. Let's look at a replay. Oh man, a big crash for Schatzer up and over. That's the part we didn't see on the replay. On board Superman. Superman sure did take flight, and sure as well, he did not need the help of Lois Lane to do it either.
No, you know, he floated up definitely a little bit, but man, kind of middle off. He held his line, and Bryce did come down a little bit. Probably expected a little more room. That's just a racing deal. Can't really put that on either one of them, but I'm sure you're going to have a tough time saying that to Bryce.
So now we get set for our first restart of the night. Again, let's check and see who is talking here in the chat. Steve Bixler picking the salesman, aka Shaggy's long-lost cousin. Caleb Reno enjoyed the Rebels race. Maybe send some stuff up with the Odells. Blessed number 58 was happy for Steven Stewart as well as the Odells. And Dino said keep the mayor away from Preston's pits after the race.
And Bixler forgot the most important part of that long-lost cousin deal. He stole all the dang talent, too. He couldn't even leave any for me.
He stole all the talent, and he stole all the popcorn.
Oh, God.
All right, coming back to green with, I believe, 2 laps in the books. We'll watch this from the aerial shot as Jesse Bandy and Blake Chapman will bring us to green. The Bandybilt Master selects the inside line. He has the right to fire whenever.
Green, green, green.
Not the best timing out of Jack Hit, which helps out Chapman to clear for now. Hit tried underneath. 3 wide for the 4th spot with J.J. Odell in the middle. Landis tried to thread on Ito, but that hole closed instantly.
Yeah, Old Smokey thought about getting it in there, man, but they're 3 wide in front of him. Oh, and then
Landis
there
in
he's
the
in the
wall.
wall.
John Shore had to back out of it, his teammate. And Landis has some weight damage on 161.
Yeah, he looks to be really fighting that thing. He just got a bump from the professor going down the backstretch. That thing looks like it's a handful right now, and he's around.
And
John
upside
Hine on
down
his lid.
is John Hine. Second time tonight, he has lost the top wing.
Yeah, that started on the backstretch. John got into him once, and then Harry never really secured it after that.
Over and over and over. simple up and over deal for the 71.
Yeah, and don't look now, the PA native, Patrick Spangler, he's climbed his way almost up into the top 5 after getting to that incident in the Heat 1. So he's looking, he knows he needs to get up here and race Blake, or this points championship is goodbye. So he's got to go up here and force Blake to make a mistake.
So check and see here where he started. Back in the 13th position, and it's up to 7th. Behind him, though, Ross Corinna, your biggest mover, started 15th up to 8th. Spangler started 11th. He's in 6th in that inside row in rows 6, 7, and 8. Have worked really well going from the back up to mid-pack. They've taken advantage of those yellows.
Yeah, they really have, and they've done a good job of not being the yellows. You know, that's an art in itself. Accidents happen so fast here. They're hitting almost 120 going into the corner, so you've really got to be on it here.
All right, let's try this restart. I believe our final double file restart of the night, if not penultimate.
Green flag, green flag.
Bandy checks out of the hotel like a bat out of hell. They were just 4 wide for the 3rd position. They may go 4 wide again, and how it did not end up as a wreck, I don't know. Unbelievable.
No, and look who came out of there clean as a whistle on the high side, coming for P3, Patrick Spangler.
And he wants 3rd from Gentleman Jack Hitt. Can he take it away off the corner? Yes, he can. Spangler is coming from 11th and 3rd in 5 laps, and we got a race for the lead. Chapman trying to challenge Bandy once again.
Yeah, don't think he doesn't know that 39's behind him, and he's coming fast. If Blake's got anything, it's time to go, and you can't save right rear right now.
That last time by for Chapman, though, quickest lap of this feature at a 17:08, and that was on the bottom. Looking for the lead off of Bandy. Spangler, meanwhile, and hangs on to it.
Yes, Spangler looking like a fish on a boat. They're coming out of turn 4, flailing all around, but he didn't lose any speed, and he's going right back up to the rim again.
And as we go, they race for the lead. We go silent on lap 9. Spangler up to the second. Oh, somebody lost the top wing with Steven Goldner. Comes back on. He'll be fine with no issues. Oh, Tummel. Oh, what a wheelie for the boss. And he's got steering damage. He's out of the ballpark. Jack Hitt got net coated from that. And he rides to a stop. Caution waves. That was probably one of the weirder accidents that we have seen here at Port Royal. Let's take a look and show you what happened. Off at turn 2, they touch. Look at the wheelie by Corinna. It just damaged the right front suspension. The steering arm broken, and Jack Hitt was a part of the netcode.
Yeah, and Jack Hitt, he went off into the turn. I don't think he had much of a right front left either. He went in there, thought he had it, but man, it just hung up on him, and that's a tough break for Jack. He was having a really good night.
Not get the car to come down because the rear tires were both up off the ground.
And you know, so much excitement. I felt like John Short was falling back. Where did he come from? Oh, he's in P5. It's wow.
Yeah, what a recovery from shortbread. Waits up here in 6th. And how about Jeff Barker in the 7th spot? He was the story last week at Lernerville. Everyone wanted to see him finish on the podium. Finished 4th, unfortunately, to Jack Hitt. He's trying to get back on the podium. Started 14th. He's in 7th.
Yeah, and you know, Jeff Barker, he ran with my team at Nürburgring here for the 24 hours. And let me tell you, Marty, that guy was a stud. I think he had 4 or 5 off tracks, and he did most of the night stint too. The guy's an animal. He did like 40 laps at the ring and only had about 4 or 5 off tracks. It's unbelievable.
Well, remember the GT3s. That's Barker's baby, as Roger once said.
Yeah, we're gonna be using Barker a lot with the Gambler 24-hour team. He's awesome.
So Bandy set to bring us back to the green flag. 11 laps on the board.
Green, green, green.
So Bandy holds serve. Spangler second. Chapman third. Side-by-side race makes up between back here. John Hine, Kurt Schatz. Remember, Hine trying to recover after that flip. Barker wants 6 from Brad Waite meanwhile.
Patrick Spangler, slider for the lead. Bandy got in the wall.
And Spangler uses that to his advantage to go to the point. Trying to chip in on Blake Chapman's lead for the championship. And meanwhile, Stephen Goldner wants the 3rd spot.
And he's going to get a big run on Blake. He's going to have P3 going into turn 3.
Oh, whoa, watch out, watch out, watch out. Kurt Schatzer got sideways and somehow nobody hit him.
Caution is out.
Couple of replays we want to look at here. First off, this is the change in the lead between underneath Bandy. I think Bandy may have gotten a little bit too surprised by it. This is what happens to track train crowd. Contact with John Hines, sideways. Man, Devo just barely missed Schatzer.
Yeah, Devo must have gotten a little front wing damage. I see he's going to pull in the pits. He's got that quick repair. He might as well use it. But man, Patrick Spangler up 10 spots, 11th to 1st. I mean, is anybody going to have anything for him, Marty?
I don't know. This is a charge that's a little bit similar to what Corinna did in the Rebels feature.
Yeah, and Patrick, he's so comfortable up there on top that it's going to be so tough to get around him here at the Speed Palace. He just knows what it takes, and he's so smooth. He doesn't make many mistakes.
While we were at it, we'll look at what is coming up the rest of the week. Wednesday night, Hometown Heroes at Lincoln, followed by Trucks at Road America. Oh yeah, don't forget Tuesday as well. We've got I believe the special Indy race. I don't know if that's a part of the, wait, that's a retreads race, I'm sorry. And Thursday Night Thunder at Fairbury. Xfinity at Road Americas. We are back to the green flag. Spangler holds serve. Bandy second. Blake Chapman third. John Short up in the top 5 once again.
Blake and Steven are all over the back of Bandy, who's struggling a little bit right now on the high side. Steven's going to look to the bottom, just lose all momentum. John Short's going to go around Goldner on the high side for P4.
See if he can take that away off the corner. Oh, they touch. Oh, that's going to be bad. hard crash.
Caution is out.
Even
Caution
bigger
is out.
crash for Steven Goldner.
Oh,
I told you it was going to be bad. That was frightening. Raining out of control and a flipped Goldner gets tattooed by a bunch of other drivers. How Steven was able to keep that car going, I don't know. And man, that is the head. That was just wicked out of all of them. Watch that in slow motion. I'm gonna put this back. That inside lick is pretty big. But then this is where it gets ugly here. John Hine hits him. Oh, right on the wing. Right near the helmet.
and Goldner knew if he towed, he wouldn't be able to make it back in time. What he just did in the pits was an absolute work of art. Reverse forward, reverse forward. That car would not turn for him, Marty. He finally got to the pit stall, used that quick repair, and he's out. But that was an adventure for Steven.
That it was, to say the least. So he'll get back on track, remain on the lead lap. I'll tell you this, I love Port Royal. Here, Zach, you get some crazy races, a lot of good passing, but sometimes, and a lot of fast speeds here, but sometimes the crashes, they can get ugly.
Huh, yeah, I mean, when you're doing those kind of speeds, and I mean, if you back out of the throttle here, coming out of the corner, it just kills you going down the straightaway. So you see drivers, even when they're a little sideways, try to keep the hammer down to keep that speed up, and you see guys just, you pay for it. And I mean, guys like John Hine, who had nothing to even do with that, who got total race cars now. Things just happen so fast, and we've seen many examples here tonight.
Single file restart, just about 20 laps to go. We haven't looked yet at the 5-lap average. Best race car on track is Patrick Spangler. Everyone else, just look at the gap there. That's crazy to think of.
Green, green, green.
Back to the green flag and immediately the high side banger. I believe won this race last season, trying to pull away from Now, there's 3 wide for 4th here with Brian Waite stuck in the middle. Now, if Chapman finds a way to get past Jesse Bandy, does Chapman have a chance to lead on Patrick Spangler?
You know, we just can't really tell. It seems like he's got more speed than Bandy, but Blake hasn't really been able to open it up. Hasn't had any clean air. He's got to get aggressive now that Steven Goldner was involved in the accident, not behind him. He knows he's got room to make a pass.
Both of them have pulled away from the 4th place driver in track lane. Odell's fighting back terrifically in 5th and 6th, change for 2nd. Here comes the salesman underneath. And what a pass downstairs. Bandy trying to fight back in the line, give it to Chapman.
We've seen the slider be much more successful here in 1 and 2, and Blake's going to try it again. And he's going to be able to seal the deal. He gets a good run off the top, but never mind. Bandy's not going away just yet.
Just remember, this was the same way they raced in the final lap of heat race number 1. Way too close to call off the line that time.
The transponder's going to give it to the 20 at the line, so if a caution comes out, he's got it locked up. He's going to slam the door on Bandy, not going to let him throw the slider here in 3 and 4.
That allows Chapman not yet to clear the 49 somehow. This low line starting to come in here, Zach.
Yeah, if you can keep it smooth and float up like Bandy did, you don't lose as much time.
Kurt Schatzer upside down once again. Steven Goldner also got up. And 2nd will belong to the 20. Nope, that was from the prior accident.
And, you know, I think Blake's happy to have that caution. He gets to settle down, catch his breath, knows he has P2.
Chance to catch the ball with Steven Goldner and contact with John Short. It's the day for Superman. That looked like to be some neck code contact originally. Not the contact that sent him flipping, but the contact that set up the driver's getting loose.
Yeah, I mean, iRacing does a good job with the dirt, but sometimes at these high speeds, the predictive code, you know, can get a little nasty, and I think you're right, just a little case of that.
So we're getting set to go here once again. This is what it seemed like a very long race tonight. All the yellows that we have seen here. Not really too many long runs.
No, and you know, I got a feeling we may not have seen all of it yet. As Blake's right back on the 39, and a lot of guys want to win this thing, so the fireworks show might not be done yet, Marty. Good jump there for the 39 of Patrick Spangler.
Back to the green flag, and yes, Spangler has been perfect on restarts all night long. Now with Chapman in second,
Look who in P4, Jack Hitt, fighting his way back up after wrecking. Oh my gosh.
Great recovery from Gentleman Jack Hitt. Looking for his second straight podium after finishing third last week at Lernerville. That time, Diamond turn 2. Finish closing on Jesse. Manning had it all red. Wait to close in on him. As Wade tries to work the oh, Spangler got loose.
Spangler in the
Chapman underneath for the lead. I don't know if there was contact though, Zach. I think Spangler just caught the wall.
Yeah, and you know, I couldn't tell if Blake got a little scared when he saw Patrick getting in the wall, if he lifted or if maybe he rear-ended him, but man, I thought he was going to easily complete the pass, and Patrick maybe pulled away.
9 laps to go. That's going to be a big effect on the 5-lap average. Who's the better car right now? It is still Patrick Spangler. Better than Blake Chapman at the moment. But the gap is a car length off for turn 4. Man, Chapman had to hang on for dear life. He had to left there.
Yeah, if he didn't, he was going to eat the fence hard. He is just hanging it in 3 and 4. He's about quarter to a half a lane higher than the 39 of Patrick Spangler. He is just up in the Hershey Kisses, and he is making it eat.
7 to go for Spangler. These have been the 2 drivers that have pretty much dominated Monday Night Madness in the Renegades this season. In 10 races, they have combined for 8 wins. Chapman with 5, Spangler with 3. This gap is going to get tighter going into Volusia. Blake Chapman will not have a clinch. It'll come down to the top 2 sprint car drivers, in my opinion, in iRacing. Chapman's off the pace, though. He lost a lot of time, a half second there to Spangler.
Yeah, he got into the wall in 1 and 2 and then tried to search for something in the bottom of 3 and 4 and just didn't have any speed down there. Jesse Bandy's going to be all over him for P2 if he doesn't get on it.
Chapman's going to need a yellow if he wants to get back in this race. And short. Oh, Jack Hitt caught the wall really good. That may have damaged the steering arm once again. It could be a yellow here. Hits in the wall once more. Sideways, loses the wing. No caution just yet. And it may come out here. Nope, somehow Hitt's able to save it. JJ Odell is off the pace. He may be out of fuel with 3 laps to go. Everyone's dropping like flies. Hitt, though, is stopped on the front straight, and we're under yellow. Jack Hitt was trying everything to get that car to the pits. Unfortunately, he did get it towed. Unfortunately, the yellow flag came out first just to be safe.
Yeah, you know, he had a great comeback. He was driving it as hard as he could and just got in the wall. And when you're living on the edge, Marty, that's going to happen.
Absolutely. If you're Blake Chapman now, you just got a gift. And you have to take it with every grain of salt.
No, you're exactly right. He's got the chance, and I mean the kid showed he's got what it takes. You know, he doesn't really let the situation affect the way he drives. He's always got a cool head, but man, he's got to turn it up a little bit here. Patrick's been the quickest car by far, so he's got to push the envelope to take P1.
I am interested in seeing, though, what Chapman does differently on this restart than others. Spangler's obviously going to do the same thing he's been doing.
Yeah, Blake's one of those guys who likes the bottom feed. I mean, we saw him experiment there in 3 and 4 a couple laps ago, even under green flags. So Patrick knows that, but with the way he's been getting runs in 1 and 2, I imagine he's going to go for an early jump here and just let that thing sing against the wall, but I could be wrong.
It's going to be a green-white checkered to determine the winner here. Not an attempt at overtime. Spangler looking for win 4 of 2024 spring. Waiting. There he goes.
Green flag, green flag.
After the 3 lap, is Chapman going to be able to close in, though? Better turns 1 and 2 for Blake Chapman, though, than Patrick Spangler. But Spangler rolling with a good 3 and 4. White flag waves were on the last lap. Spangler taking it easy. The driver of the Training Wheels Racing, number 3 and 5. Half a lap to go. Perfect on the high side. From 11th to 1st, the high side banger back in victory lane at the Speed Palace. Back to victory lane here at home. Chapman 2nd, Bandy 3rd, Wade 4th, and Short 5th.
He knows how to win in Pennsylvania, that's for sure. No shortage of wins for that guy when he comes back home.
And so now we get to fly the plane out of Port Royal down to Fallujah Speedway Park. I know Roger's been doing a lot of that with Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, and you know, how cool to see Terry and John Short there pulling up on the front stretch, celebrate their teammate who they lost, Bob. That's pretty cool.
That's great to see.
Good to see that.
Yeah, great respect. So we will get your top 3 drivers in just a moment. Again, hope you join us all next Monday as we head to Fallujah for the championship finale. All right, we've got our top 3. Let's begin with Jesse Bandy. Jesse, a nice race for you tonight. Keeping your car near the front. What positives do you take away?
Oh, just to be able to survive. That track is so rough, and it's just trying to keep the car straight and, like you say, survive and bring it home.
How much were you hanging on there at the end?
Oh, quite a bit. She was pretty rough, especially up in 1 and 2, and I was trying to just avoid half of the ripples there and try to short slide it up a little bit, and it didn't really seem to help much, but just trying to feather through it.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
R&K Farms, Apex Racing, Dirt Doctor Trucking, Bio.com, everybody in the car, Vanderbilt Racing, all the guys over there.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck next week.
Appreciate it.
Jesse Bandy finishing third. Let's go to the long-lost cousins. Chapman to talk with Chapman. Blake Chapman finishing second this evening.
Well, hey, kid. First things first, man. We've all got a heavy heart tonight, and I know that was definitely weighing on you out there, but, man, you were able to get it done, dude. Congratulations on P2.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Definitely got to send my condolences to Bob Light's family. I know I never got to race with him personally, but I know a lot of guys on my team. They raced closely with Bob, and they really liked him. Said he was a great guy on and off the track. And yeah, I remember first starting out this league, I thought I was pretty quick. Then I go over and look at Bob Light's stats on the asphalt, and I go, man, he was something else. But yeah, this race, I think I just made some adjustments at the end of the warm-up that didn't help me any. It felt like the car just didn't get off the corners very well and couldn't really get a hold of anything. So still had some speed, but definitely wasn't as comfortable as I would have liked to have been. But yeah, no, overall, not a bad night.
No, man, you've been battling with that 39 all year, but anytime he comes to a Pennsylvania track, he's going to be tough. And it seemed like there a couple times, you had a little bit of something for him, but, man, he just would get big runs off of turn 3 and 4. But congratulations, Blake. We love having you up here in the booth with us, man. You're one of our favorites. Who you got to thank on that P2?
Yeah, I got to thank the parents for watching. I got to thank all the guys at the Crites Sim Racing team, the Can-Am Racing team. I got to thank Paris Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Andy and AJ Custom Creations. Got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. You guys know they got some of the best stuff out there. You can head over to their website and use code CART at checkout, 15% off of your purchase. And I got to thank you guys for putting this on.
Congratulations, Blake, man. Couple more weeks, man. You think you're going to bring this championship home?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, good luck, kid. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, Zach.
All right, Blake Chapman, your runner-up finisher here tonight. Now we go to the winner, the high side banger. He definitely banged that high side tonight in Patrick Spangler. What a win for you at home, and you've got a chance at the title next week.
Yeah, I need Blake to wreck, and I still don't think I have a shot because he still pulled 4 points on me tonight. Yeah, it was a fun race, though. There's a lot of good guys here tonight. Starting 11th, I didn't think I had a shot, but the bottom was working at the beginning. I just survived the cautions and could have dealt with like 6 or 7 less cautions, but yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah, those yellows you survived pretty early there, but walk me through your pass to take the lead.
I think Bandy was searching because the top of one was getting pretty sketchy there. That he had the bump to deal with, and there wasn't as much cushion as there usually is to lean on here. And he, I think in 3 and 4, he did a slider line both turns, and then I just got a really big run into the slider in 1 and 2 and made it stick. But yeah, that was just somebody going away from the top when this top dominant track like that.
How do you feel about going to Volusia next week as a whole?
Blake's usually pretty good, and I haven't really been able to gain any points on Blake even when I won the last 2 races. He's still getting more points than me, so wish I wouldn't have dug myself in a hole earlier with a bad qualifying, but just try to get the win and get the momentum going in next season.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Shout out to you and Zach for the awesome broadcast each week, Rod for running the league, Train Wheels Racing, Dude XM Designs for the design. And condolences out to Bob Light and his family there for him passing over the weekend. Just reading about him, seems like the king of the RC world in Oklahoma, and he was the king of the asphalt here in C2C. So just a great guy, and yeah, hopefully talk to you again here next week again.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So Patrick Spangler gets the job done here tonight. We'll wrap things up here. Zach, final thoughts before we bid adieu here.
Just cap off, and man, what an amazing night of racing. Ross able to take the bounty for himself, and Patrick Spangler able to jump 10 spots here in the feature to get it done. But at the end of the day, like Patrick said, just condolences to Bob Light, his family. We're going to miss him, and, if his family's out there listening, he definitely he touched a lot of us, and, you know, hopefully he carries on through his teammates and the rest of his family. We're gonna miss him.
It'll feel very weird not calling his name out anymore in an asphalt race. So, Bob, we hope you enjoyed it from upstairs, though, that's for sure. It was a heck of a night to call tonight, though, for sure. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the broadcasters and partners and all the drivers and teams, I have my broadcast partner tonight, Zach Chapman, Marty Sakala, saying so long. Congrats to your winners, Anthony Morano in Open 358, Ross Corinna in the Rebels, and Patrick Spangler in the Renegades. So long, everyone.